how do you think that AI will help us on our path to, curing illness when it comes to genetic factors? There's a company called CRISPR off the back of that focus on AI implicated, genetic factors that AI can help and predict who's going to have what and how to stop it. And yeah, it's super exciting.
So I think AI and health is it will be mind blowing. This is
Mm.
what I feel absolutely. Not in just like diagnosis of the diseases. So for example, early diagnosis of things, but in cure as well. And I think this genetic technology, the AI based genetic technology, is really promising. And there was another company which was looking at, for example, if the parents have some sort of um, genetic markers for some diseases,
Hmm.
when they are creating like babies or stuff like that, in the IVF process, they can actually alter all those DNA based things just to make sure that
Wow.
the kid doesn't get that disease. And I think those kind of things are really promising, and there people are actively researching on it. And I think it will be rolled out as well. Like, it's not far off. Maybe in 5 to 10 years, we will see huge improvement in healthcare using AI, and that includes robotic surgeries as well. Right?
Wow.
There are so many surgical errors that happens because of, for example, doctors are overtired and these kind
Yeah.
of things. But if that robotic surgery is already being used, right? This is what we know. But but having that AI into, like, incorporating that AI component within the robotic surgery, that's what being explored. Because when for example somebody opens up when they are doing the surgery, you
Mhm.
never know what you will find. And if the robots can actually identify those things and then move around with that, that would be brilliant as well, right?
Mm.
So I think in diagnosis, in treatment, in prevention, in surgery, everything, AI would be of a lot of help. And I really believe the power of AI in health and medicine and stuff like that. Um, and although again there are some fake stuff, but lots of promising things as well. And I think all these startups, especially in West Coast, there is one more startup which works with so for example, to prevent this sort, so like COVID happened, right? So
Yeah.
prevent that kind of um, uh, spread and stuff like that, just using AI. These kind of things are being explored as well. So I really believe in that. And then helping, for example, disabled people, helping elderly people in their homes, in their day-to-day tasks and stuff like that. That's also very useful. Yes.
That's incredible
So I'm a
news.
big believer of AI in health.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so am I. I think it's unbelievably exciting. We people are sometimes limited by human factors, right? We get
Yeah.
tired, we get
Yeah.
emotional. If there's a doctor that's operating on a kid that could die, you can see that the stress of that. I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus God. But then if you do have a machine there, strip away the emotion, strip away any tiredness, strip away the
Yeah.
fact that they've been out last night for a couple of drinks,
Yeah.
and you get something that is consistently performing at a certain level
Yeah.
and hopefully doesn't malfunction. Well, that's the hope. That is unbelievable news.
Yeah, and then think about the times when people were not able to reach their doctors because of the like unavailability of the doctors as well. So
Mm.
these kind of things would be possible. And if you talk about the developing countries or countries where there is lack of resources, just sending one robotic surge, like that kind of help might be another level of uh, improvement sort of thing,
Mhm.
right, for their medical facilities. So it's just yeah, I think in 5 to 10 years we will see a proper difference in the AI in the AI and health domain.
That's exciting. And how would that work? Does the AI take the genetics of people, reads the genetics, and then give you a prognosis based on that?
So so there are different applications. So I am not aware of the exactly the AI genetics, because that's, I have not read into that too much. But I can give you example. For example, cancer diagnosis.
Hmm.
So what they do is they take an AI model and they take up data which, for example, NHS has, or any already like hospitals, and data from these places. and then train the AI model on that data. And there is a doctor or a human person in the loop who actually knows what they are doing with all their degrees and stuff like that.
So they're checking.
So they along with the data then train the model to diagnose these things. And what happens is once the model has seen a lot of data, it is able to detect, for example, very early whether this can or this person might have cancer in the future, or maybe it's already starting or something like that. So very early diagnosis of cancer based on the data that has seen. And it is not just fed like the data where the cancer was present, but also what a healthy person's scan might look like.
Hmm.
So it knows, it has that context behind it. Okay, this is what a healthy scan looks like, this is what a cancerous scan look like, these are the different stages of cancer with different scans. So this type of data is fed into the AI.
Wow.
And the more the data it sees, the more smarter it becomes. So there was this recent study where they said that, for example, for breast cancer, they have been successful in creating an AI model that can detect breast cancer very early.
Ah, that's
And
amazing.
if you detect that early, then obviously you are improving so many other things
Hmm.
along with it. So I think, yeah, it's, but the problem with AI and health is that the data access is really hard. So if people are working in AI in health, getting access to the right kind of data to train the models
Hmm.
is a big challenge, because obviously the data protection laws. So if you have, for example, your
Ah.
data with the NHS, they are not allowed to share your data with any person who's developing that AI model. So everything has to be anonymized, everything. So there's like a huge laws behind that kind of medical data sharing. And that's what makes the development of these kind of models slightly slower
Hmm.
compared to the video and audio and images side of things where everything is available so easily. So but the more, so that's why what academics or researchers or big companies are trying to do is directly collaborate with these big hospitals, big medical bodies, so that they can get access to the data. Once they have access to the data, then they will be able to develop these type of models and stuff like that. So
If you guys enjoyed that clip, please do me a huge favor before you go and head over to our Into the Mind podcast official page where we have the raw, uncut Into the Mind podcast, and hit that subscribe button. And the more subscribers we get, the more incredible guests we can get on the show. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. And I'll see you all real soon.